Hi guys, it's Riley here, and before I get into this video, I was sitting here editing it and I just wanted to hop on very quickly and provide a little bit of an explanation. In this video, and as I'm sure you can tell by the title, I did in fact get a new job. I got a new job in January, so I just finished my 4th week at my new job. I've been there for a whole month, and so far I absolutely love it. And I didn't want to put anything negative out there about my prior job. I just thought I could mention a few things that attracted me to this new job and why I decided to take the new job. So number one, it is a very positive work environment, which is so important. Everybody that I work with has been so nice and so supportive so far, and I feel like I've learned so much. Number two, I am also coming up on 5 years of working in accounting, and so far my only position has been as a staff accountant, and I feel like I'm really ready to take on more of a challenge and take on some more responsibility. So this new role that I'm in is a staff accountant / assistant controller role, and so I'm very excited to take you guys along that journey because so far, and you'll hear me mention this in the video, a lot of the tasks I've been doing so far have been primarily staff accountant focused, but coming up this week, as I'm editing this video, I am starting to take on more of the assistant controller responsibilities, and I cannot wait to update you guys on that because I definitely feel like I'm ready for this challenge and I've been ready to take the next steps in my career. Number three, last but definitely not least, is this new job has provided a very nice salary increase, which is very important. You know, a pay raise is always helpful, it's very nice, and you want to be paid what you're deserved, you know? You want to get compensated for what you're worth. So those are just a few reasons why I decided to change jobs. And I do hope to make another video, more of a question and answer form video, because it seems like a lot of people had questions about interviewing and how to get a job in accounting. And I would love to offer some of my opinions and some of my thoughts and just share my own personal experience and my own personal journey working in accounting. I think everybody's journey looks very different, but I would at least like to provide some of my experience and, like I said, offer some of my opinions. So I think I am going to make a question and answer video next, and that will be coming out soon. So that's all. I just wanted to provide that very brief explanation. And if you guys have any questions, comments, of course, please leave them down below and I will definitely answer them. And so let's hop into this video now. Good morning. It is Monday morning and it is about 5:15, so I need to get moving. I just woke up, I brushed my teeth, and I'm about to go on a little walk, and then I'm gonna come back and get ready for work. So I just got back from my walk. We have a little lake in our apartment complex, so I usually just walk a couple laps around there. That's what I like to do. And it's very well lit, so that's nice because it's 5:45, so it's still dark outside. And I feel perfectly safe where I live, but just in case, it's nice to walk in a well-lit area. So now I need to keep it moving, and I'm gonna hop in the shower real quick, and then I need to figure out what I'm gonna wear and pull myself together. Alright, it is about 6:45 right now, and I just got done getting ready. And my new office is business casual, so I will flip you around and show you what I'm wearing in just a second. But we also have uniforms, kind of. They have these bright red polos, like they look like the State Farm polos, if you know what I'm talking about, like Jake from State Farm. That's what they look like, so those are optional to wear. They gave us like 3 or 4 of them, so I usually wear them like 2 or 3 times a week. The company likes to see you wearing their colors, so, you know, they're definitely not the cutest things ever, so I do switch it up. I'm not wearing a polo today, but let me show you what I'm wearing. Okay, so for business casual, I have these little brown pants that have like these pockets, big pockets in the front, and they like are flared at the bottom, and then just a plain black t-shirt, very simple, and then I'll probably put on some like white shoes or something. That is pretty much it. Okay, so I'm packing my lunch right now. This is basically what I eat every day. I have like a pre-made salad, just one of those like chopped salads from the grocery store. I get the Southwest one. That one's my favorite, so I eat that every day. One of these, it's like nuts, raisins, and cheese. And then I always bring a fruit. Right now, this week is blackberries. I love blackberries and raspberries. So it's my little lunch. I just packed my lunch and now it's time for my favorite part of the morning coffee. And Garrett was very sweet this morning and made a huge pot of coffee. So very happy about that. Okay, you know the drill. We're having our morning coffee and watching a little bit of YouTube before I have to go to work. And right now, let me see, time check, it's 7 o'clock, and at this new job, I have to leave here by 7:30 at the absolute latest, and then that puts me there a little bit before 8, so we have some time to relax beforehand. Okay, I got really sidetracked watching YouTube and drinking my morning coffee. I just said that I have to leave no later than 7:30. It is 7:29, so I am going to quickly grab my lunch, fill up my water bottle, and then grab my work bag, and we're gonna head out. Okay, we're in the car, we're moving now. I was like, I have to leave no later than 7:30 is usually when I like to get in my car, and it is now 7:40, which is fine. I'm still gonna make it on time, hopefully. With my new job, I do have to be there a little bit earlier. At my last job, it didn't really matter what time I got there. Anytime between like 8 and 9 was fine. My old manager used to not come into the office until like 9 o'clock in the morning because she used to work like really late. And now the controller, though, he gets there like really early. So I just like to be early. I try to get there no later than 8 o'clock. Like 8 o'clock's my deadline. That's when I try to be there. Which right now I'm supposed to get there like 7:56. So we're fine. Once I get on the interstate, like I said, I'm 14 minutes away now. So it's a pretty easy drive. So my new hours at this job start at 8. And then it all depends what time I get home. I usually leave between like 5:15, 5:30. I think only one day so far I left at like 6. So it really just depends. So I will let you guys know once I get there because I'm gonna listen to some worship music right now. That's usually what I listen to in my mornings on my way into work, either worship music or Taylor Swift. Either one of those two, they zen me out. And I really enjoy my drives to work and my drive home from work. That's kind of my like de-stress time / like mentally prepare myself for the daytime. So I'm gonna do that and I will let you guys know once I get there. Okay guys, we made it. I'm holding you down here because people can definitely see into my car in this parking lot, but we made it. It is 7:56, so that is on time for me. And I didn't even mention this to you guys yet, or maybe I did, but I keep talking about my new job, and I know I've said it like a couple times in this video already, and I realized at this point I haven't explained anything yet, so I will probably include a clip of me explaining my new job, exactly what it is at the beginning of this video. So I'm sure by now you guys know, but I do have my own office now, which is very exciting. So I will definitely show you guys that and talk a little bit about what I'm doing at my new job. it is lunchtime, woohoo! It's about 12:30, well, it's exactly 12:30 right now actually, so we are gonna go have some lunch. I packed my lunch this morning like I showed you, but I really like to get out of the office during lunch. I don't know, when I've been sitting all day in those like yellow overhead office lights, you guys know what I mean. I feel like I need to get outside and at least get a little bit of fresh air for lunch. So we're gonna do that, and I'm just driving to Starbucks. I always just drive to the closest Starbucks. It's like 10 minutes away, so it's not bad. And I just sit in the parking lot there and eat my lunch, so I don't feel weird with like people walking in and out or like sitting inside. I don't know, I just feel like people can always see into my car and are like watching me eat lunch, which I know is not true, but it's just like a weird fear of mine. And then I'll decide if I want to get Starbucks. Actually, I think we are gonna get Starbucks because because I have you guys with me. I'm blaming you guys. So because I'm filming and it'll give us something else to do, we will get Starbucks. I also figured I could use this time while I'm driving to talk to you guys a little bit about my job. And right now I am 3 weeks in, so I've done 3 full weeks at my new job, which is so crazy. I'm already on week 4. Time has gone by so fast, and I feel like I've learned so much already. So right now I'm starting in the accounts receivables department. Well, it's not really a department, I'm just helping out with accounts receivable. What that consists of is I do all of the checks, so whenever we receive payments through checks, I endorse the checks and I scan them into our system and I post them in our system. The checks is a big one. We also send invoices through QuickBooks. So again, accounts receivable, people who owe us money for work that we've performed. We send QuickBook invoices. So if somebody pays through QuickBooks, again, I post those payments. I'm also responsible for sending out invoices. So the different teams will tell us when we need to request an invoice. They send us an invoice request to our inbox just via email, and then I actually go in, create the invoice in our system, and then also create an invoice via QuickBooks. So that's how we keep track of who owes us money. And then I also had a call today from 11 to 12, and that call was with a fixed assets software. Well, it was with the people that own the company. They did a demo for us for a new fixed asset software. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. At my prior jobs, I worked in fixed assets. So that's pretty cool. I get to use a little bit of my prior experience. And so yeah, right now I've really been focusing on I almost said fixed assets. I'm not in fixed assets anymore. I've been helping out with fixed assets, and I will be helping out a lot more once we implement that software I just talked about. But right now my main focus is accounts receivable, and I feel like I've learned that process pretty well so far. I think I've learned the majority of it. I do still have questions every now and then, but for the most part, I've got the hang of it by myself. And then being a staff accountant, that's kind of like the staff accountant duties slash an assistant controller, which the controller refers to me as the assistant controller to everyone else. So that's kind of what I consider myself, which is really crazy. I don't know. I feel like when I first was interviewing for the position, I was a little bit intimidated by the title assistant controller, because I usually think people who are assistant controllers have like 5 to 10 years of experience, and I'm just coming up on 5 years of experience. But I'm very, very excited, and it has been such a wonderful opportunity, and I really, really love my job so far. Everybody that I work with is so nice, they're so kind, they're so helpful, and I haven't felt overwhelmed yet. Like, I felt challenged, which is always good, like not bored, but not overwhelmed to the point where I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot do this. So best case scenario. I'm very happy so far. And I know I'm gonna start taking on a lot of other responsibilities besides just accounts receivable right now, just to, you know, dip my toe in the water and kind of get things started. That's what they've started having me do. And I hope to keep you guys posted on my journey of kind of stepping into the assistant controller role, because it's very different than anything else I've done before, and I'm super excited. And we just got to Starbucks, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch and probably watch a little bit of YouTube, and then most likely place a mobile order, go through the drive-thru and pick it up right before I have to go back into work. Okay guys, I'm sorry. I actually backed out of getting my Starbucks. I just wanted like a grande cappuccino with an extra shot, and I realized it was $6.63. So it was almost $7 for a grande cappuccino with one extra shot. So I decided against it. Starbucks has gotten so expensive, and that's why I usually don't go anymore, but I was like, I kind of wanted to do something. It's hard because working in accounting, I can't show you guys like my computer screen, obviously. So sometimes I'm like, I don't want to make these videos boring, because I can only show you so much when I'm physically in the office, but I'm trying my best. I just couldn't hack the Starbucks today, but maybe a different day. Okay guys, we are on our way home. So that was a pretty successful day. Well, I don't know about successful, but it was a very busy day. It was a very productive day. It is 5:47. I've been driving for a couple minutes. I left the office around 5:40-ish, and I should get home around 6:07. 6:08 is my arrival time now, and I would say, yeah, that's pretty typical for me. I usually get home a little bit after 6, which isn't terrible. It honestly isn't. And my drive is really easy too. It's like a 25-minute drive on my way home. It is a little bit longer, but there's like a back road I can take where I can avoid all of the traffic, so that's super nice. And then on my way to work, like in the morning, I don't think I mentioned it, but or actually I did. I definitely did mention it, but whatever. It's like a 15-minute drive in the morning, so super easy, super quick. And I go from Sarasota to North Venice now. So Sarasota to Venice, which is a lot closer than my last job when I had to go to Bradenton. Even though this job is 5 days a week in the office, I don't have any remote days. It is still a lot easier in terms of the commute. Like the 5-day-a-week commute is still easier than like my 3-day-a-week commute was to the office at my last job. There was so much stuff today, and there usually isn't. And even though it was like a weekend and it's Monday morning, like I'm usually not that busy on Monday mornings. And there was one team in particular just sent like a mass amount of invoices to be created and sent out, which is my job. So I was working on that like pretty much all day. And then I think I told you before, but I'm also responsible when we receive checks for endorsing those, scanning those, and posting them into our system. That kept me very busy as well. I think there were like 25 checks that we received in the mail today, which is way more than normal. So between those two things, I was honestly busy pretty much the entire day. And I was aggressively trying to finish stuff, and I actually didn't quite finish everything that I was hoping to, but that's okay. It wasn't like necessary that it got done today, so I can finish it up tomorrow morning, no problem. But overall, it was a really good day. I actually prefer busy days so that the day feels like it goes faster. Sometimes when you don't have a ton to work on, it's nice because you're not super stressed or overwhelmed, but then I feel like the day also kind of drags out and takes forever.